Good morning, esteemed guests, and welcome to Amrit Kaal Vimash Viksit Bharat at 2047, the momentous occasion of the third seminar on From the Cosmos to Communities, the Impact of Space Mission on Everyday Life, hosted by the Rajadhani Institute of Engineering and Technology. Before we dive into the core themes of this seminar, it is crucial to acknowledge the significance of prayer. It fosters introspection, connection, gratitude and humility, reminding us of our collective purpose and significance. Therefore, I invite you all to join me in a moment of prayer.
Jivida Chakra Vidhayaka Nayaka Sarva Charachara Deva Namaste Hridaye Viriyam Puja Kusumam Tavakapade Tavadinavum Tarakasuna Vimohanahare Surada Chandra Vidashida Kesham Nadil Vanil Viriyam Kadiril Kudikollunin Punjiriyennum Jivida Chakra Vidhayaka Nayaka Sarva Charachara Deva Namaste Hridaye Viriyam Puja Kusumam Tavakapade Tavadinavum.
Esteemed Chief Guest, prominent scientist and Associate Director of ISRO, Mr. S. Sasikumar, respected Principal of Rajadhani Institute of Engineering and Technology, Dr. S. Suresh Babu Sir, HOD of Mechanical Department, Dr. Bindu, HODs of different departments, faculty members, and dear students. We are on the eve of third seminar on Amrit Kaal Vimash Viksit Bharat at 2047 and has taken a predominant subject, that is from cosmos to communities, the impact of space mission on everyone's life. This subject is so predominant. Why? Because in normal sense, we have been thinking that the scientific community has been working away from the real communities of a nation, and they have been working like a watertight compartment, and they don't have any connection with the common publics. But if we are going to ransack the real environment, they are having much influence to qualify the life of common publics. Around 2 decades back, if we are going to think about telephone, we have only one opportunity to have phone from Indian telephones. Normally that is a landline, and you can have facility to connect your phone only a specific area. If you want to connect the phone away from a specific area, you have to go for a tedious work like booking ISD and so. We were facing a lot of problems in communication. But if you are going to think about presently, a small gadget in your hand can able to connect you anywhere in the world. You can talk to any person in any corner of the world, and the distance is so close. Even if the physical distance is high, the distance between the communication is closer. And the distance between the physical distance is for the scientists and scientific communities are again on their path to reduce the distance by speeding the transportation. And we are just sleeping calmlessly in our home. We are not worrying about the infiltration of enemies and natural calamities. This can be able to predict earlier when it is going to occur, and our government can take practice strategy where if such an event is going to be happen. So all this advancement are from scientific communities. Moreover, if you want to travel any corner in the world, you don't need any assistance from anybody. And your gadgets, a small gadget like telephone, is guiding you to the right location. So all these advancements are from scientific communities. So we can't able to say that they are working in an isolated way and separate compartment. They are always doing their work to qualify the community. So once we are going to ransack what exactly the meaning of education, if you are going to think about the meaning of ultimate aim of education, and if you go to the literature and its summary and its abridged is simply stating that the ultimate aim of education is to qualify the mind. Once it is qualifying the mind, it would automatically reflect to qualify its life. The changeling is not ending there. It is qualifying the community. Similarly, the work from eminent scientists in ISRO is also giving a lot of advantages and qualifying the life of common people. So I am going to the heart of the, prior to go to the heart of the seminar, I am going to my responsibility. I hereby welcome the esteemed chief guest on behalf of Rajadhani Institute of Engineering and Technology. I welcome to the chief guest, yes, Shashikumar sir, to this function. Sir, welcome. To conduct such an event is not an easy way. We have been conducting such a seminar. It's a prudent way. Why? Because Bharat is always demanding a series of seminars that has to be conducted by prominent institute, and we have been selected from Kerala. And this is the third seminar that we are conducting. And all these seminars we are not conducting. We are conducting in a prudent manner. And it is not in a cobbled out manner. So we are conducting this seminar in a prudent manner with the help of our respected principal, Dr. S. Suresh Babu, because he giving all guidance and lights to conduct such a seminar in a prudent manner. So with respectfully, I welcome Dr. S. Suresh Babu sir to this function. And from Dr. Bindu, we are getting all assistance whenever we are conducting such a seminar or functions. So she is accepting all this invitation. So I hereby welcome my colleague, Dr. Bindu, to this function. Moreover, HODs of different department and faculty members, I hereby welcome all you to this function. And last but not least, the students, you are the ultimate gainers from such seminars. I hereby warmly welcome you all to this function.
For the various programs, I think this program is a third program on different aspects as per the Viksit Bharat concept. Okay, Dr. Bindu, HODs of various departments, faculty colleagues, and dear student friends. So I think you are on the same audience are attending our various programs in the Viksit Bharat concept. So the concept is something similar to the common man's usage of technologies. So today's session is, we heard about ISRO, we heard about a lot of other research organizations. Actually, what they are doing. I think now only, maybe the recent 1 year or 2 year or 3 year only, ISRO has come into the common man. Common man in the sense, it is kept open. So now, with the help of technology, we are identifying the natural calamities in advance, or the communication connectivity. Already Vijay has indicated that communication connectivity, or identifying the sea and where the fish fork is there, and your GPS systems, or any other technology or mobile communication or related things, we are now getting at our fingertip in your mobile. Now, I happen to work with the Electronic Research and Development Center long back. So at that time, it is called ER&DC. Now it is called as CDAC. So at that time, the research was to develop a communication system by which we can provide the television connectivity to remote villages, maybe Adivasi villages or even Lakshadweep or any isolated places like that, because we were not having this type of the satellite community and all to deliver things. And the radiation systems and all. Radiation means the TV telecasting. Maybe if you talk to your parents, you could indicate that even 1982 only the television came to Trivandrum. Previously, you could see the television stations, or we call it as a TV transmitters, are available in metro cities only. In 82, because of the Asiad program only, the television one unit has come to the Srimulam Club at Trivandrum. And from there they are radiating. And that too, only 10 kilometers or so they were getting the connection. And now I belongs to Kollam. At that time I could get the television in a dotted things only, because it won't travel, because many people knows that the television signals are traveling in line of sight concept. So it won't travel that much. Just like your FM radio, there is a line of sight communication. So such things are there. And to provide this, because if you keep a station in Trivandrum, the majority of the signal is going to the sea only, not to the Kerala region, etc. Suppose you have a Malayalam channel. Malayalam channel is supposed to spread like this, as the style of Kerala, how the land system is available. So in my opinion, that should be kept somewhere in Trichu, then only we can cover the entire thing. But the structure is like that. In Trivandrum they kept it. And maybe the signal that is coming from Trivandrum will go up to maximum Kollam. That's all. Around 60 kilometers only we can travel. In order to cover up that only, they started with this type of the satellite connectivity. So that those who studied about satellite communications, you could see that 270 millisecond it will go up, another 270 millisecond it will come down. Now I taught a subject like computer networks. So that time we are finding it difficult to indicate how the messages are moving like this, one by one, how the messages are moving. Now you can feel in your mobile that suppose you type a message, I am not talking about the WhatsApp, if you type a message with the two lengthy message, you can see one is going, second one is going, third one is going, according to the charge will come down. So that type of movement you can see, because the transmission of this will always require some time, and the acknowledgement, the IARQ and a lot of other technological terms are there earlier. Now it is very easy to teach the subject computer networks.
First, let me thank for giving me this opportunity to share the role of ISRO for the space science to the common man. So in fact, the space science contributes a lot to the welfare of the community, or the society part of it. And many of us do not know that is what exactly it is, and we will try to cover. So what ISRO is extending to the common man in terms of the service, the product, etc. So first, before we start, what the space science can contribute to the common man or to the societal role of the space science, we must know certain facts about India. So you know the world's geographic area, so 2% is India. That is, India covers 2% of that. And if you take the water resources, some 4% of the world's water resources are in India. And 70% of the world population is growing at a faster rate. And by 75, the prediction was around 1600 billion. But now at the present rate, even at 2050, we will cross this limit. So if you take the socio-cultural fabric and its diversity, it's very complex in India. And if you take the terrain, that is also diverse in nature. And when we come to the literacy rate, Kerala is far ahead among the states in India. But overall, around 50% is the literacy rate for the adults. And our economies, in the past, if you take, it was based on purely on agriculture. Now it is a composition of many factors or elements. And this agriculture is mainly based on the monsoons. So the monsoon is not highly predictable because of the dynamic conditions existing in the surrounding area. And the distribution of rainfall, or if you take India, it is not uniform. In Kerala it is comfortable, northeast it is comfortable, at many places the situation is not that good. Due to the cultivation of a particular type of crop. So these are some of the problems we face. And if you take around 40 million hectares of area, it is prone to floods. And another fact is that so many districts in India, they are multi-hazard prone. That is, they are affected by natural calamities in different types of natural calamities. So when we say the space science, we generally think we launch a satellite with a launch vehicle, and the satellite does certain functions. But really it is not so. So we must know what is the space science. So literally we will say the science performed from the space. So that is space science. That can be for the meteorological applications, that can be for the solar or planetary observations of science. It can be for the astronomy, it can be for life science, or it can also cover the national resources management and the geology. So these are all the main science factors we consider when we say space. So to understand the contribution of space science from ISRO to the community, we must first see what was happening some time back. So if you take 1977, when I was around 10 years of age, there was a cyclone that was formed over the Bay of Bengal. It hits the Odisha Andhra Pradesh border, and then it migrates to the western side. So in that cyclone, if you take the newspaper that is used, if you take around 11,000 people, they lost their lives in half an hour. And the loss of crops, if you take, that is estimated to be around 230 crore that time. So there was a discussion, or there was some inquiry by the government departments, and what we found is inadequate early warning systems is one of the causes for these casualties and the loss of resources. And because this is just because most of the information we derive from the weather radars. So the radars, they will have a very limited range of around 70 to 100 kilometers. And the space-based imagery, it was not available. It was not that common that time because we were not having any meteorological satellites to predict the weather, and we depended on the imagery supplied by the Europeans, either Russia, that is USSR, or the Americans. And they had mainly the imagery every 4 hours. That is, once in 4 hours, the spacecraft will take the imagery of the Earth environment, and this will be given to a certain model, and the model will predict, that is, every half an hour or every 15 minutes, see what is happening to the cyclone formation, in which stage it is, in which direction it is moving, and what is the likely speed with which it will hit the coastal area. So this is one of the limitations we had. So if we take the current scenario, we have to make a car from Bangalore to Kollam, that is my native place. So today this is not the case. So any one of you can make a car, okay, with a small device on your hand. You call it mobile, And this model can tell you where you are. It has got the capability to detect or estimate your position, and it can even navigate you to the destination.
Sir, could you please explain us about the ultimate aim of Gaganyaan mission?
The ultimate aim of Gaganyaan mission, it is to send a man to or Indian to the orbit. So it is not just sending a man, because it is easy to make several systems, including certain medicinal certain things in a zero-G condition, where there is no reacting elements like gases. And many experiments we can conduct, microgravity experiments. For that, the presence of man is required in space. So that is why the space shuttle is there. And thirdly, if you want to observe the universe, we should go out of the atmospheric influence. That is, when you look at a star, the light from the star, which is reaching the earth, gets scattered by the atmospheric molecules, the gaseous molecules present in the atmosphere. So we lose a lot of information. So when we go to the space, we will get a clear view without any hindrance or deterioration of the signals. So sending a man is not just for sake. We have to first demonstrate we have the technology to make a sustainable environment there. So that is the first. That's why the Gaganyaan mission is the first attempt. Afterwards, we have the space station where you can do all experiments, many experiments. You can even develop new elements. So many things are possible in the space station. And we can use the space station as a base for leaving for other interplanetary missions. So all are possible.